Hey there! Our story today begins on a winter's night, long ago in the Middle Ages. It's a kind of night where the stars glitter sharp and bright above, but the world beneath them lies cloaked in bitter frost. The village sleeps, huts clustered close together, straw roofs heavy with snow. Smoke drifts lazily from chimney tops, curling into the cold, silent air. The wind moves slowly through empty lanes, rattling wooden shutters, carrying the smell of burning wood and faint echoes of distant bells. Do like and subscribe. But if you genuinely enjoy this video, and let me know where you're watching from, and what time is it there. Take a slow, deep breath now. Let your shoulders relax. Let your eyelids soften. Let your mind begin to settle down. The world outside can wait for you. Right now, this is your time to rest. Feel the comfort of wherever you are lying or sitting, the quiet rhythm of your breath, and the gentle warmth of being safe in this moment. As you listen, imagine my voice not as words, but as a calm breeze moving through the quiet chambers of your mind. Inside one of those huts, a lone traveler has found shelter. Perhaps it is you, listening now, imagining yourself stepping into that world. The door closes against the howl of the night, and you find yourself in the dim orange glow of a hearth fire. The flames flicker gently, crackling in rhythm with your breath, casting shadows that sway across the rough wooden walls. You can hear the pop of sap inside the logs, the hush of embers crumbling, a comforting sound against the frozen silence outside. The room is simple. A rough-hewn table, a bench, a cot with straw-stuffed bedding. Woolen blankets hang across the frame, smelling faintly of sheep's lanolin and earth. It is not grand, but it is safe. And in the Middle Ages, safety was a treasure greater than gold. The wind groans outside, but here inside, you are shielded. Take another slow breath. Imagine wrapping yourself in a thick cloak, heavy and warm, the kind peasants once wore against winter's cruelty. Feel the scratch of wool on your skin, the weight of it pressing comfortingly around your shoulders. You settle near the fire, holding out your hands to the glow, palms tingling with heat while your back still shivers with the chill. Close your eyes and imagine the sensations. The warmth on your cheeks, the crispness of air inside the hut, your toes slowly thawing in worn leather boots. There is a pot near the fire, steam curling up from its rim. Inside, a stew of barley, carrots, and salted meat simmers. It smells earthy and rich. Your stomach softens at the thought, and you know that soon there will be warmth not just around you, but inside you. Time seems slower here. Outside, winter stretches across forests and fields, cloaking the land in silence. Snowdrifts pile against fences. Branches bow heavy under ice. The moon paints everything silver. Wolves roam the dark woods, their howls echoing through the night, but they are far away, their voices only adding to the strange calm of this frozen world. Your breath fogs faintly in the cool air. You take another sip of calmness, letting the tension of your body melt away. Every flicker of the fire seems to whisper, "Rest now, rest." Hours pass gently. In this story, you sit at the heart of the night, feeling the world soften around you. The fire dims to a quiet glow, embers pulsing like a heartbeat. The hut is still, the only sounds the faint whistle of wind at the eaves and the low hum of logs settling into ash. You feel the heaviness of your body pulling you toward the straw bed. You rise slowly, cloak brushing against your legs. Footsteps soft against the wooden floor. The cot creaks faintly as you lower yourself down. The straw mattress is rough but forgiving, a place of simple comfort. You curl beneath the woolen blankets, pulling them up to your chin, and listen as the fire sighs. This is what it was to survive a freezing night in the Middle Ages. Not grand feasts, not golden halls, but the humble blessing of warmth, of stillness, of making it through until the dawn. And in that thought, you drift. You feel the room dissolve, the fire fading into a dream, the cold outside disappearing entirely. There is only the story carrying you deeper and deeper, each breath slower than the last, each word a step closer to sleep. Your eyelids grow heavy. The shadows of the room blur into soft shapes. You can still hear the wind. But it sounds far away now, almost like a lullaby. The Middle Ages are no longer harsh, but gentle, holding you in their quiet embrace. The traveler yourself finds peace in that frozen night, and so do you, here listening. And as the night continues, I will walk you through more of this world. Its hardships, its simple joys, and the strange beauty of surviving when the world is coldest. But for now, just rest in the hush of the firelight, safe, heavy, calm. The night stretches on, long and unbroken, yet inside this little hut, the hours pass like gentle ripples across a pond. You are lying still, warm beneath woolen blankets, your body completely relaxed, your mind softening into that twilight state between waking and dreaming. Every sound is hushed. The faint whistle of the wind outside has grown softer, almost melodic, blending with the quiet crackle of a few glowing embers still alive in the hearth. It feels as though the entire world is wrapped in silence, holding you tenderly, asking nothing of you except to rest. Imagine now, as your breathing slows, the way time seemed to move differently in the Middle Ages, without clocks to mark every minute, without bright lamps or glowing screens. People lived by the rhythm of the sun and the patience of firelight. Winter nights could feel endless, but within that endlessness was a kind of gift, a spaciousness, a time for stories, for dreams, for letting the mind wander in safety. Tonight, you are stepping into that same rhythm. You are giving yourself the same patience, the same quiet permission to drift. Your body is heavy, but your imagination is light, and it carries you further into this ancient world. You begin to dream of the villagers who live nearby, each in their own little homes, tucked away against the snow. You picture them as faint shapes of warmth, families huddled together around fires, children bundled in layers of wool, elders whispering tales of spirits that wander the winter woods. These villagers are not strangers. They are companions on this shared journey through the night, silent friends enduring the same cold under the same moon. In your mind, you walk through the village. Snow crunches beneath your boots, lantern lights spilling from the cracks of shutters, smoke rising from every chimney like the breath of a sleeping giant. The air is so cold it makes your nose sting, but the scene is peaceful, even tender. Dogs bark softly in the distance. Horses shift in stables, and somewhere, faintly, you hear the notes of a simple song, someone humming by their fire, perhaps a lullaby to ease the hours. You pause to look up at the sky. It is vast, a dome of glittering stars spread endlessly above you. The Milky Way glimmers like frost stretched across the heavens. The moon is high and pale, shining down on the snow-covered village, painting every rooftop silver. You feel small but safe, as though the entire universe has paused simply to let you admire its quiet beauty. Slowly, you return again to the hut. You open the door, step back into the warmth, and close the cold out behind you. Inside, the fire has dimmed even further, but you feed it gently with a log, watching as orange sparks leap back to life. The flames grow again, a reminder that in this time, survival was never passive. It was an act of care, of tending, of patience. Every small effort mattered, and now that firelight washes you once more in its soft glow, warming your hands, painting the room with dancing shadows. You sit for a while watching the flames. The longer you watch, the more their rhythm becomes your rhythm. They flicker and sway, and your breath follows them, in and out, slow, even calming. You imagine the crackle of firewood as a gentle voice whispering to you in a language you almost understand. It says, "You are safe, you are warm, you can rest now." You lie back again on the straw mattress, listening. Your body has grown heavier than before, sinking deeper into the bedding. The blankets cocooned you, pressing you softly into place. Your arms rest at your sides, limp and loose, your legs completely still, your head cradled comfortably. Every muscle has melted. There is no effort left in you, only calmness, only rest. Outside, the snow continues to fall. Can picture it blanketing the world in silence, covering roofs, piling against doors, smoothing the rough edges of the earth. It is as though nature itself is tucking the village in, just as you are tucked into bed. And with every flake, the world grows quieter, softer, calmer. You think of how people in the Middle Ages saw such nights. Winter was a force, a challenge, but also a presence to respect. They told stories of spirits in the snow, of frost giants roaming the land, of angels walking in the night air. To them, survival was not just physical, it was spiritual too. And so, you feel that now, as though the snow itself is a guardian spirit, wrapping the land in peace. In this stillness, your mind drifts to dreams. You picture traveling beyond the village, into the forest. You imagine following a narrow path through snow-laden trees, branches bending under ice, the world muffled by white silence. Every step is slow, deliberate, but you are not cold. You are warm inside your cloak, every breath a puff of cloud before you. As you walk deeper, you hear the trickle of a frozen stream, the creak of ice shifting, the quiet call of an owl overhead. And then, after wandering for what feels like hours, you come upon a clearing. In the center is a great oak tree, massive and ancient, its trunk wide, its branches spread out like arms embracing the sky. Snow clings to its bark, icicles glitter from its limbs, but it stands strong, unshaken by winter.
Ice.
You sense its presence, wise and patient, as though it has seen countless winters, countless generations huddling in huts nearby. You place your hand upon its trunk, feeling the cold bark beneath your palm, and you imagine it speaking to you without words. You are part of something vast, something enduring. With that thought, you return once more, gently to the hut. You lie down again, eyes closing. The fire is lower now, but still glowing. Feel the warmth lingering, feel your body heavy, your thoughts slow. Everything about this night tells you the same story. Rest, endure, drift. Want to say you let yourself go even further, sinking into the quiet, into the softness. Into the dream of surviving a freezing night in the Middle Ages. Safe, calm, at peace. The night deepens, and as you lie in that modest bed of straw and wool, the fire now only a faint glow in the hearth, you sense how fragile warmth is, and how precious. Every spark that glimmers within the ashes feels like a heartbeat of the hut itself, keeping you safe from the icy breath of the world beyond its walls. In the Middle Ages, survival was often a matter of tending to such small details. The steady fire, the heavy cloak, the sealing of shutters against the cold. Tonight, you are not simply drifting into sleep, you're learning. In your body and your imagination, what it was to endure a freezing night long ago. Imagine your breath fogging faintly in the cold of the little room. Each exhale a ghost, a whisper drifting away into the stillness. The room is quiet but alive, the soft rustle of wool when you shift beneath the blankets, the quiet groan of timber beams settling against the frost. Outside, snow continues to fall in slow, heavy curtains, each flake silent as it lands upon the earth, building drifts that grow deeper and deeper through the night. But here, safe inside, there is comfort. Close your eyes and picture how the wooden walls hold firm against the storm. Imagine running your hand across their surface, rough with age, knotted with grain. Feel the solidity of the table near you, scarred from years of meals and hands resting on it. These are objects that speak of endurance, sturdy, unadorned, made only to last. They belonged to a world where survival meant simplicity, and beauty was found not in ornament, but in the warmth of a fire, the taste of stew, the comfort of blankets against the cold. You shift beneath the covers and picture the cloak you wore earlier, now folded at the foot of the bed. Its heavy wool still smells faintly of smoke in the outdoors, as if carrying the memory of fields and sheep and shepherds who once stood under the same winter sky. This cloak has traveled with you, kept you alive in colder nights, and tonight, even folded, it feels like a guardian. Your body begins to feel heavier. The longer you imagine this, the softer your arms, your legs, your shoulders become. You let yourself sink deeper into that straw bed, and you sense how in the Middle Ages, such a simple place to lie down was a rare and precious gift. Peasants often shared beds with family, with animals even, drawing warmth from one another. And tonight, you sense that closeness. Even if you lie alone, you can feel the echo of human presence, of those who have endured winter nights, just as you are enduring it in this story. The hush of the wind outside becomes gentler now, no longer a howl, but a soft murmur, as if the storm itself has grown tired and wishes to rest. In your mind, you imagine stepping outside for a moment, wrapped once more in your cloak. The cold bites instantly, sharp against your cheeks, your breath turning to frost in the moonlight. The world is dazzling snow, covering every surface, sparkling under the pale, distant glow of the stars. You look toward the forest, its trees bowing heavy with ice, branches like crystal fingers reaching toward the sky. The air is sharp, but pure, almost sacred in its stillness. You take slow steps, boots crunching against snow, each sound echoing louder than it should in the emptiness. You pause to listen. Far in the distance, a wolf howls, its voice carrying across valleys and frozen fields. It is not a threat here, not now, only a reminder that the world is vast and alive. You breathe in, cold filling your lungs, and you feel awake and present in this ancient night. And then, gently you return to the hut. You close the door, shut out the icy bite of the outside world, and return to the fire's glow. Your body warms again, thawing quickly as you settle beneath your blankets once more. This back and forth, from cold to warmth, makes the warmth sweeter, more treasured. You let it seep into you, softening every muscle, every thought, till your body is no longer tense but completely surrendered. The stew in the pot is ready now. You rise slowly, ladling some into a wooden bowl. The smell is earthy, filling, grounding. You sit by the fading fire, spoon in hand, tasting the thick broth. Barley swollen with flavor, meat salted and savory, carrots sweet from the simmering heat. Each bite warms you from the inside out. Spreading a comfort that goes deeper than food is survival. It is life itself. You take your time, savoring each mouthful, the wooden spoon clicking gently against the bowl, the taste mingling with the sound of the wind. When the bowl is empty, you feel drowsier, heavier. Your belly is warm, your heart is steady, your breath is calm. You set the bowl aside. And you notice how time in this story is not the same as time in your waking life. Here it stretches, unhurried, like the slow fall of snow. The longer you stay in it, the further away the outside world seems, the closer you come to sleep. You lie down again. The fire glows faintly, shadows long and soft across the walls. Your body is blanketed, your breath even. Outside, the snow continues, a quiet lullaby of the world itself. And as you let yourself drift further, you sense something powerful, that every person who has lived before you, every ancestor who once endured nights like this, still lingers in memory and imagination. You are part of that long thread, that ancient story, and tonight you rest in it, wrapped in history, cocooned in time. The room darkens as your eyes grow heavier. The Middle Ages are no longer harsh, no longer cruel. They are gentle in this moment, softened into dream. And so you surrender again, slipping into deeper relaxation. The night is still young, though it stretches on endlessly in this ancient world. Outside, the snow falls heavier now, flakes piling one upon another, softening the sound of everything beyond the walls of your shelter. The village sleeps on, unaware, content in their small homes, trusting the night to pass. Inside your little hut, the silence is profound, broken only by the faint crackle of the fire, the subtle creak of wood expanding and contracting in the cold, and the quiet rhythm of your own breath. You lie there, still and heavy, wrapped in warmth, while the world beyond lies frozen. You notice how the longer you imagine yourself here, the more real it feels. You can almost sense the dryness of the straw beneath you, poking faintly through the blanket. You can feel the texture of the rough wool against your skin, scratchy yet comforting, protective in its thickness. You sense the scent of smoke lingering in the air, mixed with the faint sweetness of barley stew cooling near the fire. All of these details gather around you, weaving a cocoon of safety that deepens your rest. Your body is loosening more and more now. Your arms lie limp, your fingers soft, your chest rising and falling with ease. The Middle Ages were often harsh, but tonight you are not living the hardship. You are resting in the gentleness of endurance, in the way people once survived, simply by finding small comforts, by leaning into the stillness of the night. The snow outside presses gently against the windows, soft mounds building up, muffling the outside world further. You imagine stepping to the window, wiping away a little frost with the edge of your cloak and peering out. All you see is whiteness fields buried beneath snow, fences nearly vanished, the outlines of cottages softened into gentle mounds. It is as if the world has been transformed into a dream, everything blurred, everything hushed. You stand there for a moment, watching, before turning back to the fire. The fire has grown small again, but its glow is steady. You feed it with another log, listening to the satisfying hiss as it catches, the flames leaping back into life. Each time you stoke it, you feel more deeply connected to the rhythm of this ancient night. Tending fire was once the difference between life and death, and tonight it is your companion, your heartbeat, your gentle song. You sit near it for a while, pulling your cloak around you, letting the warmth seep into your bones. The flickering light illuminates the hut in golden hues, dancing across the walls, across the simple table, across the wooden spoon left resting in the empty bowl. Shadows sway like dancers, moving in a rhythm too slow for the waking world, but just right for this dream. You listen, and you realize the flames have a voice of their own. It whispers, "Stay, rest, breathe," and so you breathe, in and out, slower, softer, each breath carrying you further away from thought and deeper into calm. You close your eyes and let the warmth on your face guide you toward surrender. But your imagination drifts again, as dreams often do. You picture what it must have been like to be a villager here, to live without the distractions of the modern world, to rise with the sun, to sleep with the moon, to spend long winter nights telling stories by the fire. Perhaps tonight, in another hut, a group sits together, passing tales from one generation to the next. Perhaps a grandmother whispers of saints and miracles, or an elder recalls battles fought and survived, or a mother soothes her children with legends of creatures who protect the forest. The stories carry warmth of their own. In this time, words were a blanket, imagination a shield. And as you listen now, your own mind spins tales in the background, soft and half-formed, weaving them into your dreams. Your body feels heavier still. Every part of you is sinking deeper, loosening further. Straw beneath you no longer pokes. It seems to cradle you, as though even the earth itself is supporting your rest. The blankets press more softly, their weight protective rather than burdensome. The firelight, though dim, glows gently in your memory even when your eyes are closed. Imagine the hours ticking by, though no clock marks them. Outside, the snow piles higher. The wind moves slower. The wolves that once howled now rest, curled beneath trees. The owls settle into silence, the forest stills. The entire land has gone to sleep, and you too are being drawn into that same universal hush. You dream of dawn, though it is far away still. You dream of the pale light that will touch the rooftops, of the snow glittering gold in the sun, of smoke curling again into the morning sky. And in that dream, you know that you will have survived the freezing night, that you will have endured what countless souls once endured before you. And that knowledge brings comfort deeper than any blanket could. You sink lower, your breath slows more. Your thoughts scatter into fragments, dissolving into soft shapes and half-images. You are no longer holding on to the story it is holding you, carrying you gently, steadily into the safety of sleep. And so, you surrender again, letting go completely, knowing that the fire will keep burning, that the snow will keep falling, that the night will pass, and that you are safe, warm, calm. Time drifts onward in its slow medieval rhythm, measured not by clocks or minutes, but by the crackle of firewood, by the rise and fall of the flames, by the deepening hush outside. As you lie in the straw bed, your body loose and heavy, the hut feels like a world of its own, sealed away from the biting cold beyond. You know that outside the snow is still falling, blanketing the earth in silence. But here inside, there is only warmth, stillness, and the gentle hum of survival. You picture yourself rolling slightly beneath the woolen blankets, feeling the coarse fibers brush against your skin. They scratch faintly, but there is comfort in their weight, the way they press you downward, anchoring you safely to the bed. You breathe in, and the air is cool in your nostrils, warm as it leaves your chest. The rhythm is steady, calm, a reminder that even in the harshest of winters, life flows quietly on. The fire has dwindled again, glowing red, each ember pulsing softly like the heartbeat of the hut. You rise slowly without rush, and place another log upon the coals. The hiss of sap releases a faint sweetness, and the flames stir back to life. Orange light flickers across the room, illuminating the rough beams of the ceiling, the knots in the wood, and the shadowed corners where darkness waits patiently. You watch it all with quiet fascination, and the longer you watch, the more your mind softens, as though the fire itself is lulling you into dreams. Outside, the village sleeps deeply. Families share beds, bodies curled together for warmth. Animals huddle in stables, their breath steaming in the cold, their presence offering life and heat. In this time, no one survived winter alone. The thought carries you further, makes you feel connected, as though invisible threads of warmth link you to every other soul enduring the same night. You imagine wandering again, not outside into the snow, but deeper into the dream. Your mind drifts through images. The flicker of torches along a frozen castle wall, guards pulling cloaks tighter against the wind. The echo of bells from a distant church tower, calling softly across the empty night. The slow creak of a wooden cart, half buried in snow, forgotten by the roadside. These images pass like clouds, slow and indistinct, soothing in their faint unreality. Back in your hut, you sip again from the wooden cup by your bed. It is only water, cooled from the night air, but even the taste feels grounding, simple and pure. In the Middle Ages, water was drawn from wells or streams, carried carefully, treasured as much as food. You sip it now, and imagine the faint metallic temps of iron from a bucket, the cold freshness of melted snow. It cools your lips, touches your tongue, and runs gently down your throat, grounding you further in this imagined night. The hut creaks faintly, but you feel no fear. It is only the sound of wood adjusting to cold, the groan of beams stretching under frost. Every sound is natural, soothing, part of the rhythm of survival. You close your eyes and let the noises surround you. The sigh of the wind, the whisper of snow slipping from the roof, the quiet hum of fire. They weave together into a lullaby, a song without melody, a song made only of stillness and peace. Your breathing deepens, the story slows. You feel yourself drifting further from wakefulness, sinking into a soft, timeless place. The Middle Ages feel less like history and more like a dream. You are living in endless, peaceful night where nothing is required of you but rest. In this state, images drift into your mind more freely. You picture the frozen fields beyond the village, empty and vast, covered in a blanket of snow that glitters beneath the stars. You picture the animals that endure there, a stag moving gracefully between trees, its breath fogging into the night air. A fox padding silently across the snow, ears pricked, its fur a glowing red against the white. These creatures are part of the same survival, living the same night, enduring as you do. You feel kinship with them, a quiet sense of belonging to the world as it was and as it is. You roll once more beneath your blankets, feeling the straw mattress shift slightly beneath your weight. You sigh, a soft sound, a release. Your body grows heavier still, your thoughts slower, your eyelids heavier. You are sinking deeper, carried further. Fire whispers again, its voice softer now, as though speaking only to you. Rest, rest, rest. And you obey, letting go, letting every part of you grow still. Time moves forward unseen. Outside, the snow may be deeper now, the forest quieter, the wolves farther away. Inside, the hut glows with the faintest light, just enough to hold the darkness at bay. And within that glow, you rest deeper and deeper, safe, warm, at peace. Your body feels loose now, every muscle softened by warmth and the gentle weight of the blankets. The air around you is cool, almost crisp, but the fire's glow balances it, keeping you suspended in comfort. Outside, the medieval night deepens, stars scattered across the sky like shards of crystal. Though you cannot see them from within your hut, you imagine their light pouring down. Silver beams touching the frozen earth, shimmering upon the snow. You picture a traveler out there, wrapped in a heavy cloak, crunching across the frosted ground with each step. Their lanterns swing softly, casting a circle of gold against the vast darkness. They are weary, but determined, guided by instinct, by survival. Perhaps they head toward a village like yours, hoping for shelter, for fire, for warmth. The thought is distant, dreamlike, like a scene glimpsed from far away. And you are glad to be where you are, safe inside your hut, not wandering but resting. The fire snaps again, a tiny crackle that draws your eyes open. Flames dance in slow rhythms, licking upward, curling into shapes that dissolve before they can be named. You let your gaze linger, mesmerized. The longer you watch, the more the fire feels alive, like an old friend keeping you company through the long night. You whisper inwardly to yourself, I am safe, I am calm, I am warm. And with each phrase, your mind drifts closer to surrender. You remember the cold outside only faintly now. It exists, yes, with its cutting winds and frozen rivers, but it feels distant, held at bay by the walls of the hut and the layers of blankets. Survival is not a struggle in this moment. It is a calm state of being, where nothing more is required of you. You are breathing, resting, dreaming. That is enough. Your imagination takes you into the medieval village again. Narrow lanes lined with stone cottages, roofs heavy with snow. A faint glow of light leaking from small windows, showing signs of life within. See smoke spiraling from chimneys, curling upward into the dark. There is a hush, a sacred silence, as though the world itself is asleep. Even the animals in the barn stir only gently. Shifting in straw, sighing softly, content to wait for dawn, you wander further in your mind, across a frozen stream where the water glitters like glass beneath the moonlight. The air is sharp, yet invigorating, filling your lungs with crisp clarity. You imagine the crunch of boots pressing into untouched snow, leaving trails behind. The forest looms nearby, tall pines bending beneath the weight of frost, their needles glistening like silver threads. Wolves may linger in the shadows, but their howls are muted tonight. distant echoes, nothing to fear. As you drift deeper into the vision, the village fades, and your mind brings you back inside. The hut feels warmer now, as though the fire has grown larger in your absence. Your straw bed cradles you gently, supporting your body, cushioning your weight. The woolen blankets are heavy but not oppressive, grounding you in stillness. You close your eyes again, and behind them, colors swirl slowly, soft golds, pale blues, faint purples, blending into one another like the northern lights. These colors move at their own pace, flowing, shifting, calming. You let them fill your mind, washing away stray thoughts, replacing them with quiet wonder. A faint memory surfaces: villagers, gathering at dusk to share stories before sleep. In the Middle Ages, the fire was the heart of every home, and its circle was where tales were told. You picture men and women sitting close, cloaks drawn tight, faces lit by the flames. Their voices were low, steady, like waves against a shore. They spoke of hunts, of harvests, of spirits that walked in the snow, and of hopes for spring to return. You imagine yourself among them, listening, eyes heavy, lulled by the rhythm of their voices. You do not need to speak, only to hear, to rest, to be part of the warmth. That feeling stays with you even now, as though their voices echo faintly within the walls of your hut, guiding you toward deeper calm. The night stretches on, endless and gentle. You are not aware of time anymore, only of softness, only of peace. The snow outside thickens, falling in slow, steady silence, blanketing the world further. But inside, the fire keeps burning, and the blankets keep holding you, and your breath keeps moving in calm rhythm. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. The rhythm is ancient, timeless. It is the same rhythm that carried countless souls through countless winters before you. The same rhythm that will carry you now. You whisper inwardly again, safe, calm, warm. Each word a stone placed upon the foundation of sleep. Each word heavier, anchoring you further. Your body grows heavier too. Your arms sink into the straw, your legs soften, your chest rises and falls with slow grace. Your eyelids grow heavier, reluctant to open. You are caught between waking and dreaming, resting at the edge of sleep's embrace. In this state, the night feels endless, but you are not afraid. The endlessness is comforting, a stretch of time where nothing will be asked of you, where all you must do is be still. The fire flickers one last time in your vision, glowing brighter, then dimmer, then brighter again, like a heartbeat. You focus on that rhythm until it becomes your own, until you are fully part of the quiet, timeless night. And slowly, gently, you drift further, deeper, downward, into the softest sleep. Your breath moves quietly now, almost imperceptible, as though the very air has slowed to match your rhythm. Your body is swaddled in warmth, yet your awareness drifts like snowflakes on a gentle wind. Outside the hut, the medieval night deepens, stars shivering against the black sky, but inside, everything holds stillness. The fire's glow softens further, casting long shadows that stretch across the wooden walls. They sway, they bend, they disappear, as though the night is painting and erasing itself in slow motion. You are not bothered by their movement. It only reminds you of life's natural ebb and flow, which flicker and fade a lullaby of its own. You imagine again the harshness of the cold outdoors. Icicles hang heavy from the eaves of cottages, their tips catching moonlight, glistening like daggers of crystal. The snow lies in deep blankets across the fields, its surface untouched, smooth and pure. Frost clings to branches like delicate lace, every twig adorned with frozen beauty, which should feel forbidding, but in this state of calm, you see only its quiet majesty, its still wonder. If you listen closely, you might hear the faint sigh of the wind threading through the trees. It whispers in tones low and haunting, carrying stories from distant places. And yet, those whispers remain outside, unable to breach the protective cocoon of your hut. You are safe, you are shielded, you are free from the night's bite. Your mind drifts to the villagers who once endured these winters, who mastered the art of survival in the Middle Ages. Their lives were not easy, but their resilience carried them through. They bundled in wool and furs, huddled near fires, and cherished the smallest comforts. You imagine their footsteps crunching across snow, their laughter spilling into the cold air as they found joy even amidst hardship. You picture a family within a stone cottage, gathered together on a straw-strewn floor. A father stirs a pot of stew above the flames, its scent filling the room. A mother weaves by the firelight, her hands steady, her eyes soft. Children nestle against blankets, their heads drooping, their dreams already beginning. The scene is tender, timeless, and you let it wrap around you like another blanket, another layer of comfort. In your imagination, the village feels alive with the hush of survival. Blacksmiths rest after long days, tools cooling near anvils. Bakers cover their dough for morning, the rising loaves waiting silently. Shepherds dream of their flocks, safe within barns. Though it is cold outside, though it is dark, there is a glow in every cottage, a rhythm of life continuing with patience and grace. You drift deeper into this rhythm, the sense of community, even in silence. You're a part of it too, resting in your own hut, breathing the same winter air, holding the same hope for dawn. The night no longer feels lonely. It feels shared, as though countless souls across time are breathing with you, dreaming with you, waiting for warmth to return. Your body responds to this thought with deeper relaxation. Your hands soften further, unclenching fully. Your shoulders release, dropping like stones into water. Your legs feel heavy, rooted, yet comfortable. Every part of you is surrendering now, yielding to the quiet. You think of dawn, though it is far away still. In your mind's eye, you picture how the first rays will spill over the horizon, gilding the snow in pale gold. Smoke will rise straighter from chimneys, warmed by sunlight. The frost will sparkle brighter, as though every branch and stone has been dusted with jewels. And you know that you will wake to that sight, renewed, steady.com. But for now, you rest. You do not need to rush to dawn. The night itself is its own cradle, rocking you slowly, keeping you safe. Your thoughts blur again, drifting between the medieval images and the sensations of your own body. The crackling fire, the weight of blankets, the faint chill on your cheeks, the warmth in your chest. All of it blends together into one continuous song of peace. Sometimes a sound arises with shifting, a log breaking softly, the wind pressing against the walls. Each sound comes and goes like a wave, soothing, never startling. The sounds are part of the night, part of the rhythm, reminding you again, safe, calm, warm. In your drowsy mind, you recall stories of old travelers who faced frozen nights with courage. You imagine one now, a cloaked wanderer, alone but unafraid, moving through the snow with steady steps. They reach a village gate and are welcomed in, offered bread, fire, rest. You follow them in your imagination, feeling their relief, their gratitude. The story itself is another lullaby, one more thread weaving you into comfort. Your eyes flutter behind closed lids as dreams begin to brush against your thoughts. Images blur and reform flickers of torches, the sweep of snowy fields, faces of villagers you do not know but somehow recognize. The dreams are gentle, safe, without sharpness. They cradle you, guiding you further inward. Your breath continues. Slow, steady, soft. Each inhale feels cool, cleansing like fresh air drawn from a winter forest. Each exhale feels warm, heavy, carrying away the weight of the day. The rhythm repeats, natural and effortless. You do not control it, you simply follow it, deeper and deeper. The night stretches longer, but you no longer measure it. Time has loosened, dissolved into the stillness. All that remains is the sensation of being held by blankets, by warmth, by the ancient rhythm of rest. And slowly, almost imperceptibly, you slip further into sleep, the kind of sleep that renews, that heals, that softens everything. The night has grown even quieter, though you may not have noticed the change at first. The hush is so complete that it feels as if the world itself is holding its breath. Your body rests more deeply now, sinking into the straw bed, as if the earth itself has opened to cradle you. The fire burns lower, softer, yet still warm enough to wrap you in safety.
Ow.
The flames flicker lazily, casting a dim orange glow that pulses across the hut walls. The shadows stretch long and then recede, like tides washing over the shore. You are lulled by the rhythm, by the way light and dark trade places in slow conversation. Your eyelids are heavy, but even if they opened, you would see only softness, only the calm dance of firelight. Outside, the medieval village slumbers. Rooftops lie blanketed with snow, the weight pressing quietly upon them. Smoke drifts from a few remaining chimneys, steady and unbroken, trailing upward into the still sky. The stars above gleam with icy brilliance, scattered like silver dust across the dark canvas. There is no sound of footsteps, no crack of wagon wheels, only the faintest whisper of wind curling through the alleys. And yet you do not feel alone. The silence is not emptiness, it is fullness, the presence of countless souls at rest. Every cottage holds sleepers like you, wrapped in blankets, breathing in rhythm, hearts beating in unison beneath the winter night. Their dreams, though unseen, mingle in the air, joining yours in quiet harmony. Your thoughts drift easily now, without weight, without effort. You imagine wandering through the snowy lanes of the village. Each step presses softly into the untouched white, leaving gentle imprints behind. Lanterns flicker faintly on doorsteps, their flames tiny guardians against the vast dark. The doors are closed, but you know warmth lingers just beyond them, hearths glowing, families resting. The forest edge waits at the far side of the village, tall pines bending under frost. Their branches creak faintly as they sway, and now and then a flake of snow drops soundlessly from their crowns. The forest is deep, ancient, filled with mysteries of old spirits, stories, whispers passed from one generation to the next. But tonight, it feels hushed, watching, waiting, yet not unkind. You sense that if you walked further, the forest would open itself to you, revealing paths bathed in moonlight, streams frozen into glass, owls blinking slowly from high perches. But you do not need to go there. The vision is enough, the idea soothing you, calming you further. You return in your mind to your hut, to the warmth, to the fire. Your body feels heavy now, as if gravity itself has deepened. Your hands rest still, your chest rises and falls in long, even waves. Each breath feels slower than the last, carrying you further into stillness. You imagine the weight of the blankets as more than cloth, as layers of safety, of protection, of care. Each fold is another shield against the cold, another reminder that you are guarded. The medieval night may be fierce, but none of it can reach you here. The walls stand strong, the fire glows steady, the blankets hold you close, the rhythm of breath continues. Inhale, exhale, release. Inhale, peace. Exhale, surrender. The rhythm becomes like music, a soft drum beat at the center of your being. You follow it deeper, step by step, as though descending a gentle spiral staircase into the core of rest. Each step carries you further down, each step quieter than the last, till the staircase itself dissolves and only the feeling remains. In this depth, images rise like dreams before dreams. You see villagers again, gathered around their own fires. Some sing soft songs, voices low and steady. Others tell tale stories of brave knights, of hidden treasures, of distant lands beyond the mountains. Their words weave into the crackle of logs, into the sigh of wind, until everything becomes one sound, one melody. You picture their faces lit by firelight creases, softened, eyes half closed, lips curved in faint smiles. Children curl against parents, dogs rest at their feet, cats stretch lazily across hearthstones. There is no fear here, only comfort, only belonging. The scene is timeless, eternal, echoing across centuries. Your mind drifts with them, half in their world, half in your own. You feel the same warmth, hear the same gentle voices, taste the same peace. You realize that sleep is not only for you, but has always been for Alan, an ancient gift that carries every soul through the night. The fire inside your hut pops softly, drawing your awareness back. You smile faintly, though you do not move. The sound is reassuring, proof that the flame still lives, still watches over you. Imagine it speaking in its crackles, saying, "Rest now, I am here, you are safe." And you believe it fully, with your whole being. Your bodies become almost immovable, yet not in discomfort only, in surrender. Your arms and legs feel like heavy stone, perfectly placed, perfectly still. Your head rests without effort, supported, cushioned. Your heart beats in steady rhythm, unhurried, untroubled. Outside, the snow thickens, falling in slow, silent waves. It covers rooftops more deeply, softens the ground, cloaks the world in white. The night grows even more muffled, as if the snow itself is absorbing sound, wrapping the earth in a blanket just as you are wrapped. You drift again into that thought that the world itself is sleeping alongside you. The forest sleeps, the village sleeps, the rivers sleep, the fields sleep. Everything breathes together in one great sigh of rest. And you here in your small hut are part of that vast, gentle slumber. Your eyes no longer flicker with dreams. They are closed and heavy, steady in their rest. Thoughts fade quickly when they arise, dissolving like smoke. Nothing lingers, nothing clings. There is only softness, only drifting. And you allow yourself to fall further, deeper, softer into the embrace of sleep. The hours of the night move quietly onward, though you no longer measure them. Time has slipped away, melted into stillness, leaving only the sensation of rest. Your body lies heavy upon the straw bed, yet every part of you feels supported, cradled, and free. The fire has burned lower, but its embers still glow a deep, steady red, pulsing like the heart of the hut itself. Every now and then, a spark lifts gently, rising before fading into the air. You let yourself imagine that each spark is a thought, a worry, a fragment of the day rising, leaving, dissolving, gone. The fewer sparks remain, the clearer and calmer your mind becomes. The medieval night outside presses on in its frozen silence. The snow, which began lightly, has now thickened into a blanket covering rooftops, paths and fields alike. Every surface gleams faintly beneath the pale light of the moon, a vast expanse of silver and white. You picture it clearly, the wide fields stretching out, the frozen streams lying motionless, the trees bowed beneath their icy crowns. All of it still, all of it hushed, as if the earth itself is dreaming. In your imagination, you walk once more through the snowy village. Each step you take sinks softly into the snow, leaving a trail of footprints behind. The air is crisp against your cheeks, your breath forming little clouds that vanish almost instantly. Lanterns flicker faintly in the distance, guiding your way with fragile circles of gold. But the village is asleep, and you do not wish to disturb it. You simply wander, peaceful, unhurried. You pause at the edge of a frozen pond. Its surface glitters beneath the moonlight, smooth as glass, reflecting stars that seem to shimmer from another world. You kneel beside it, gazing into its depths, but you see no darkness. There only stillness, only quiet. You touch the surface lightly, and though it is cold, the sensation does not frighten you. It feels cleansing, pure, timeless. Then, like a dream within a dream, you rise and return to your hut, stepping softly. finding yourself back at the warmth of your fire. Your journey was gentle, and it deepened your rest. You know now that no matter how far the night stretches, you will always return to warmth, to safety, to calm. Your body reflects that truth. Your hands rest still and warm beneath the blankets. Your shoulders have melted fully into relaxation, every last trace of tension gone. Your breathing is slow, deep, even like waves brushing a silent shore. Your heart beats calmly, unhurried, carrying you gently toward deeper slumber. The medieval world around you feels both distant and close. You are part of it, lying in your hut, yet you are also hovering just above it, floating lightly in a dreamlike state. You hear faint echoes of sounds, perhaps a dog shifting in straw, perhaps an owl calling far off, perhaps a roof beam creaking beneath snow. Each sound comes as a soft murmur, a lullaby of its own, then fades quickly, leaving you in silence once again. Families gather together, breaths slow, dreams flowing. You imagine their faces softened by sleep, their blankets pulled close, their hearts steady. Though centuries have passed, you feel them near, as though the act of resting has always connected souls across time. You and they are not separate. You breathe together. You dream together. You rest together beneath the same stars. A thought drifts to dawn, though it feels far away still. You picture how the first light will creep gently across the snowy fields, painting them gold. How the smoke from chimneys will curl upward into a sky, no longer dark but pale and clear. How villagers will stir slowly, waking to another day of survival, of life. And yet for now, none of that matters. The night belongs to rest, and dawn will wait. You sink deeper into your blankets, deeper into stillness. The weight of the wool feels like arms around you, steady and reassuring. You are guarded here, sheltered, safe. The cold cannot touch you. The night cannot harm you. Only peace remains. You whisper inwardly, calm, warm, safe. Each word drifts across your mind like a feather. Calm, warm, safe. Each repetition carries you further into surrender, into softness, into sleep. Your thoughts blur again into images, snowflakes tumbling in slow motion, fire embers glowing, stars drifting across the night sky. The images do not linger. They shift, they fade, they return in new shapes. You do not hold them. You simply let them pass, like clouds crossing a sky. The fire within the hut sighs one last time, a soft crackle before settling into steady embers. Its warmth remains constant, its glow unwavering. You imagine it as a guardian, sitting beside you, keeping watch while you sleep. You need not stay awake, for the fire will remain awake for you. The snow continues to fall, quieter now, finer like dust from heaven. It layers the village in deeper silence, muffling every sound, cloaking every corner. The whole world lies under a blanket now, and you too are part of that world. Resting, sleeping, safe. The night stretches on endlessly, but you do not notice. You are drifting, floating, sinking, all at once. Your body feels weightless, yet grounded, heavy yet light, perfectly balanced. Your breath is the only rhythm you know, and it is enough. Inhale peace, exhale release, inhale warmth, exhale rest, again and again, until the rhythm itself becomes a dream. And with that rhythm, you slip further, deeper, softer, into the embrace of sleep. The hut is now wrapped in such deep silence that it feels as though time itself has gone still. Only the faint red glow of the embers remains, pulsing softly, casting a gentle shimmer over the straw floor. You lie there, your body growing heavier, melting deeper into the bed, as if drawn down by the earth itself. The blankets hug you close, their weight both grounding and comforting. Each fold of wool carries with it the memory of countless winters, of countless souls, who survived by wrapping themselves in warmth. You are part of that story now. Another sleeper beneath heavy cloth. Another dreamer carried through the cold by stillness and rest. Your breath moves in and out, smooth and quiet. Each inhale a sip of calm, each exhale a wave of release. Your chest rises gently, falls gently, like the slow motion of tide water under moonlight. It is effortless, automatic, soothing, and the rhythm carries you further away from wakefulness. Outside, the medieval night continues its quiet reign. Snow drifts softly across the rooftops, settling into corners, cloaking the lanes in white. Every surface is smooth, hushed, undisturbed. The moon glows high above, spilling its pale silver light across the frozen fields, across the forests, across the sleeping village. You can almost feel its glow upon your face, cool and distant, but soothing, like a dream of light. You imagine again the villagers in their cottages. Perhaps a baker stirs in his sleep, dreaming of loaves rising in the oven. Perhaps a shepherd murmurs faintly, caught in a dream of guiding flocks through snowy hills. Perhaps a child stirs, then sighs, then nestles deeper against a mother's side. Though you cannot see them, though you cannot hear them, you feel their presence, their shared rhythm of rest. You are not alone in this night. You are one of many, part of the ancient chain of souls, who lay down each evening to surrender to sleep. Your breath is one among thousands, your dreams one among thousands. And that thought, instead of making you feel small, makes you feel held, included, belonging. The fire within the hut shifts faintly, one ember glowing brighter, then fading, then glowing again. Its pulse is slow, steady, reassuring, like a heartbeat. You focus on it, letting it merge with your own heart's rhythm. Thump, glow, thump, glow. Until the two are one, until the fire within the hearth and the fire within your chest beat together in harmony. Your body feels softer still. Every muscle unwound, every joint loose, every breath a thread weaving you deeper into stillness. Even your thoughts have become so light that they no longer form fully. I dissolve before they take shape, leaving behind only silence, only drifting. Your imagination drifts again, carrying you to the snowy woods outside the village. The trees stand tall, their branches bowing beneath frost, their needles shimmering faintly with ice. The forest feels alive, but not in a threatening way. It is watching, quiet, patient, ancient. You hear the faint hoot of an owl, the soft scuttle of a fox over snow. Both sounds are distant, fading quickly, leaving only the vast, enveloping hush. In this vision, you walk slowly along a narrow path, your boots crunching gently. The air is so crisp that it feels almost liquid, almost drinkable. Each breath fills your lungs with coolness, cleansing, refreshing, though it does not stir you awake. Instead, it deepens your calm, slowing you further, guiding you toward surrender. You reach a clearing, where moonlight pours down, unhindered, painting the snow in silver and blue. The ground sparkles like a sea of diamonds, and for a moment, you feel you are standing within a dream. The silence is so perfect, so total, that you feel as if you are the only soul awake in the entire world. And yet, you are not lonely. You are embraced by the night, by its calm, by its endless gentle stillness. Then, slowly, you turn back in your mind, walking again toward your hut. Each step lighter than the last, until you are no longer walking, but floating, drifting, being carried by the air itself. You arrive back at the door, step inside, and return to your straw bed, your wool blankets, your embers. The journey was soft, dreamlike, and it has carried you deeper into rest. Your eyelids grow even heavier. Though they were closed already, now they press down more firmly, as though sealed by sleep itself. Behind them, colors swirl, faintly pale gold, soft silver, deep midnight blue. The colors shift slowly, lazily, lulling you like waves upon an unseen shore. The sounds around you are minimal now. A faint crackle of ember, a soft groan of timber, the quiet whisper of your own breath. Nothing else. No disturbances, no sharpness. The night has become one continuous hum of silence, and that silence is the sweetest lullaby. Your body, too, has become almost motionless. You're no longer aware of your arms, your legs, your weight. All has dissolved into stillness, as though you are part of the bed itself, part of the hut itself, part of the night itself. You whisper inwardly once more, safe, warm, calm. The words are softer this time, almost inaudible even to yourself. Safe, warm, calm. They do not need to be repeated many times, for now you believe them fully, without question. Your dreams begin to edge closer. Flickers of images, faint scenes, torches glowing in the dark, children's laughter fading into the distance, snow falling endlessly against a black sky. None of them linger, none of them hold shape. They are only fragments, dissolving quickly, blending into one another, leading you further, deeper, down. The embers sigh once more, their glow steady, their warmth constant. You know they will remain through the night, guardians of your rest. You know the snow outside will continue to fall, blanketing the world in deeper silence. You know dawn will eventually come, bringing light and warmth once more. None of that matters now. What matters is this moment, this endless, timeless moment of rest. You are warm, you are safe, you are calm, you are drifting deeper, further, softer, into the embrace of sleep. Your eyes are closed. The weight of the night rests softly over your body, and the story carries you deeper. Our story today continues in that same frozen medieval night. Your silence is thick like a blanket, and the world outside is wrapped in stillness. Within the small hut, you are safe, cradled by warmth. The crackle of the dying fire has softened into a whisper, like a voice too tired to speak. It murmurs, it sighs, it glows, and you are wrapped in its rhythm. Each flicker feels like a heartbeat in the dark, reminding you that life continues quietly, gently, even in the deepest winter. Outside, snow continues to fall. Flake by flake, each one unique, each one drifting lazily toward the earth, as though the heavens are pouring down soft fragments of dreams. You imagine the rooftops collecting layer upon layer of whites, the streets muffled, the fields stretched endless beneath a shroud of frost. Even the river beyond the woods has slowed, moving sluggishly under a skin of ice, whispering faintly like a secret only the night can hear. You can almost hear the hush of the flakes as they land, a sound so soft it is more a feeling than a noise. And this hush seeps inward, filling your chest, filling your mind, calming everything it touches. Within the village, candles burn faintly behind shutters, some flickering, some already snuffed out. Each household rests, each family curled together in the embrace of blankets. You imagine the faint creak of a bed, the sigh of a sleeper, the shuffle of a child pulling a quilt closer. And all these sounds, though distant, join into the same lullaby of the night, soothing, unbroken. You are part of this hush. You are within it, not separate from it. The cold outside does not threaten you, it is merely a backdrop, a vast, quiet stage upon which your rest unfolds. The blankets around you grow heavier in your awareness, not in weight, but in warmth. They mold to the shape of your body, cocooning you in softness. Beneath them, your body has grown so heavy, so loose, that it feels as if it is sinking gently downward, as though the bed itself is drawing you into the earth. But there is no fear in this dysentonely safety, only calm, only peace. Your breath continues its steady rhythm. Inhale, cool and soft. Exhale, warm and slow. With each cycle, you are carried further, deeper, toward the quiet river of sleep. The fire sighs again, one ember glowing bright, then fading, then glowing once more. You imagine that ember not only as flame, but as a light within yourself. It pulses with calm, with reassurance, with life. and you let your own rhythm align with it. Thump, glow, thump, glow, until even your heart feels synchronized with the hush of the room. Time becomes strange. You cannot tell if minutes have passed or hours. The night feels endless, but not heavy. It feels like a wide, gentle sea. Carrying you softly on its current, you float upon it, without effort, without thought, without resistance. Images drift across your mind. You see the outline of the snowy woods again. Tall pines stand like sentinels, their boughs bending under the silver glow of frost. The forest is vast, endless, yet it does not intimidate. Instead, it welcomes you with its silence, its patience, its stillness. You step into that vision again, boots crunching faintly on snow. But the sound is so quiet, so soothing, that it blends with the night instead of disturbing it. The moon glows overhead, spilling light like silk upon the forest floor. You wander, but you do not hurry. There is no need for haste, no destination waiting. Each step is simply a breath, each moment simply a pause. Eventually, you find a clearing, round and wide, the snow here untouched, flawless, shimmering with moonlight. It sparkles like stars scattered across the ground. You stand in the center, breathing in, breathing out, letting the silence sink deeper into your being. Above, the sky is vast, sprinkled with countless stars. They glow softly, patiently, as though they have watched over this village, this forest, this world for 1,000 winters. And in their glow, you feel protected, small but safe, like a child held in the arms of something greater. Then, slowly, the image fades. The clearing dissolves, the stars blur, and you return gently to the hut, to your bed, to your blankets, to the hush of the fire. The transition is seamless, so soft you hardly notice it. Yet, you are deeper now, much deeper. Your body is motionless, your breath slow, your mind quiet. You whisper once more to yourself, barely audible, even in thoughts. Form, calm. The words linger in the air, then dissolve, becoming part of the silence. And now you no longer even need the words. The truth of them is already woven into your rest. Feel yourself drifting. Your awareness softens. Your thoughts blur. Images appear faintly, then slip away. Sound fades, leaving only a hum. Time dissolves, leaving only stillness. And beneath it all, sleep rises. Gentle, patient, inevitable. You surrender, letting it carry you. The night stretches on, deep and timeless, carrying you further into calm. Our story tonight continues inside that small medieval hut, the one where the fire has nearly gone to embers, where snow gathers thick upon the roof, and where you rest, wrapped in warmth. Listen to the quiet. The fire makes only the faintest sighs now, gentle and rare. Outside, the storm has softened into a steady fall, each flake drifting down with unhurried grace. There is no rush. The world has slowed, and you have slowed with it. Your blankets rest heavy across your body, cocooning you, anchoring you. Every breath deepens that weight, not as a burden, but as security. You are being held safe and still, like a precious stone cushioned deep within the earth. Your body feels warm against the coolness of the night. Your mind drifts lightly, unbound by thought, floating like a feather on the wind. You are halfway between waking and dreaming, a place where time and space lose their sharp edges. In this half-dream, the hut expands in your imagination. The wooden beams above you glow faintly with firelight. The thatched roof sighs softly under the burden of snow. The walls stand firm, old but steady, keeping the storm at bay. This is not just a shelter, it is a sanctuary. You picture villagers long ago resting in the same way, wrapped in blankets, lying upon straw beds, listening to the same crackling fires. You feel connected to them through the ages, as though your rest is part of a lineage, a quiet chain unbroken across time. They too survived freezing nights. They too trusted the hush of darkness to carry them into dawn. Your mind drifts back to the forest again. You see it through the window of imagination, dark but glowing with snow. Tall trees bowed gently under frost, their branches lined with silver. In the distance, the moonlight filters through, scattering shards of light across the ground. It is beautiful, this wilderness, untouched, unhurried. You step there again in thought. Snow crunches faintly under your boots, though the sound is soft enough to melt into silence. The night air brushes cool against your skin, yet it refreshes more than it chills. Your cloak is heavy, keeping you safe. Each step takes you deeper, but there is no destination. The forest itself is your destination, its stillness, your companion. You wander until you reach another clearing, wide and open. Here the snow glimmers like a sea of stars. You tilt your head upward and see the sky stretching vast above you. Countless stars spread across it like spilled grain. They shimmer with quiet patience, their light soft and eternal. You breathe in long and slow, as though inhaling that starlight. You breathe out, steady and calm, as though releasing every weight. The night accepts this rhythm, blending your breath into its own endless hush. A gentle wind stirs, weaving through the branches. It carries with it a whisper, not words, but a sound that feels like comfort. It brushes against your face, against your cloak, against the snow at your feet. It does not chill, it soothes, it carries. You close your eyes within the dream, and the wind becomes a lullaby. In this vision, time does not pass as it normally does. The clearing stretches out like a single moment made infinite. The stars remain, the snow glows, the wind sighs. Nothing changes, yet everything feels alive. Eventually your mind drifts you gently back. The clearing fades, the stars dissolve, the snow melts into darkness. You return once more to the hut, to the warmth of your blankets, to the soft glow of the fire. Your bed feels even more welcoming now. Straw shifts subtly beneath you, holding you in a natural cradle. The woolen blankets mold perfectly to your shape. Your body has grown so heavy, so loose, so soft, that it seems to sink deeper into the bed, as though merging with it. Your breath continues, steady and quiet. Inhale, pause, exhale, pause. This rhythm is endless, effortless. Your thoughts have grown faint. They appear like faint ripples across a still pond, then vanish before they can form fully. You no longer chase them. You let them come, you let them go. And in their absence, peace expands. The embers in the hearth glow dim but steady. They are like the heart of the hut, the silent pulse that keeps life warm through the night. You imagine each ember as a fragment of a star, glowing faintly, reminding you that even in darkness light endures. The night outside grows deeper, thicker. The snow continues its steady fall, but the sound is hushed, absorbed by the vast silence. The village remains still, each home like yours, holding sleepers within its walls. There is nothing left for you to do, nothing left to think, nothing left to hold. You surrender to the night, to the hush, to the softness. Your mind drifts lower, your body sinks further, your breath slows. In this state, you are beyond time, beyond cold, beyond thought. You are simply resting, floating, held, safe, warm, calm. And sleep takes you soft as snow, deep as winter, timeless as the stars. The night continues, deep and still. The medieval village lies in slumber, roofs blanketed in white, chimneys faintly smoking, each home cradling its sleepers in warmth. Your own hut feels timeless now, as though it exists outside of ours, outside of days. Only the hush of the snow, the dim glow of the fire, and the rhythm of your breath remain. Your body has grown heavier still. The blankets cling to you, pressing gently against your skin. The bed holds you, cradles you, and there is nothing left for you to resist. The weight is not oppressive. It is grounding, anchoring you to peace. Your thoughts drift like faint clouds, soft, scatter, dissolving almost before they form. They bring no urgency, no pull. Instead, they appear, fade, and leave you deeper in silence. The fire breathes faintly now, only occasional embers glowing red. Each flicker feels like a heartbeat of the night, slow and steady. As it pulses, you find your breath aligning to it without effort. Inhale, glow, exhale, fade. You remember again that outside the cold is vast and sharp, but inside it cannot reach you. Out. The hut is strong, the blankets thick, and the fire's glow continues its steady vigil. You are protected, safe in the heart of the night. Your imagination drifts outward again. You see the forest stretching vast, its trees tall and proud, their branches weighed by snow. An owl perches high upon a branch, its eyes glimmering faintly, its feathers puffed against the cold. It hoots once, low and resonant, then settles back into silence. Further off, you hear the faint, distant call of wolves, a long howl echoing against the hills. But the sound is not threatening. It is haunting, yes, but also calming, a reminder of life moving quietly in the wilderness. The wolves are part of the night, just as you are. Your steps take you in vision along the frozen river. The surface gleams under moonlight, a mirror of the sky above. Cracks form delicate lines across the ice, like patterns drawn by invisible hands. Beneath, water still flows, unseen but alive, carrying with it the promise of spring. You kneel by the river, placing a hand upon the ice. It is cold, smooth, steady, and you feel, in that touch, a connection to the earth itself, enduring, eternal. The cold does not frighten you. It humbles you, grounds you, soothes you. You rise and wander on. Your cloak flows softly behind, brushing snow. Each step leaves a faint print, only to be covered again as flakes drift down. You realize that the snow erases all paths, all traces, and in that erasure there is peace. Nothing lingers, nothing clings, everything is renewed. Eventually, your vision carries you back. The river fades, the forest dissolves, and you return once more to the hut. The warmth greets you like an old friend, wrapping you instantly. The bed is heavier, the blankets softer, the hush deeper. You close your eyes fully within this vision, and everything softens. Your body has nearly disappeared to your awareness. Arms heavy, legs heavy, chest slow, breath quiet. You are no longer holding yourself, you are being held by the bed, by the night, by the silence. Dreamlike images swirl faintly in your mind. A flicker of fire, a shimmer of snow, a sparkle of stars. They drift slowly, blending, shifting, vanishing. You do not chase them. You let them wash over you, like waves against a shore.
Ta-da.
The hut creaks faintly, wood shifting under the weight of snow. But the sound is reassuring, not alarming. The hut has weathered countless winters before, and it will weather this one too. You are safe inside its walls. A warmth fills your chest, not heat from the fire, but a quiet sense of comfort, of belonging. You feel part of something older than yourself, part of the endless rhythm of nights and days, winters and springs, life and rest. Your breath deepens, slow and even. Inhale, pause, exhale, pause. The rhythm is hypnotic, eternal. With each breath, you slip further, as though drifting down a gentle river. The river is calm, the current soft. It carries you without effort, without sound. You are floating, resting, at ease. Time has lost meaning now. There's no before, no after, only this endless present. This quiet night, this warm hut, this safe bed. Your mind hums faintly like a candle flickering low. Thoughts come less and less, until there is only silence, and the silence itself feels like a lullaby. The embers dim further, though they still glow faintly, like eyes half closed in rest. They will last the night. Keeping the hut safe, keeping the room warm, You do not need to watch them. You trust them. And as you trust, you surrender. Safe, warm, calm. These words echo softly, but even they begin to fade. You no longer need them. Truth of them surrounds you, fills you, holds you. Sleep rises now, soft and patient. It gathers like mist, curling gently, enveloping you. You let it. Your body has vanished into stillness. Your breath is slow. Your mind is drifting. You are gone, carried into dreams, floating deeper, deeper, deeper. Our story continues, deep in that medieval winter, where the world outside is silent, and the hut cradles you in warmth. The embers glow faintly, small but steady, like tiny suns hidden in the hearth. They are enough, more than enough, to keep the room wrapped in softness. Shadows shift along the wooden beams, dancing gently as the light flickers. Each shadow is slow, graceful, like the movement of a dream. Your body is still heavy, sinking deeper. The blankets press into you, hugging your form, while the bed beneath cradles your weight with patience. You feel as though you are no longer separate from it. You are part of the bed, part of the hut, part of the silence. Outside, the storm has hushed to the lightest fall. Flakes drift endlessly, covering the earth in silence. Rooftops, fences, trees, everything rests under the same blanket of white. The village lies completely still, no sound but the distant sigh of wind brushing through. In your mind you wander again. You step outside, though only in vision. The air is crisp, biting, but you are wrapped in a cloak thick enough to shield you. Your boots crunch upon fresh snow, the sound soft and satisfying, vanishing almost as soon as it is made. The moon glows, casting long silver shadows across the land. Trees rise tall and black against the glow, their limbs traced with frost. It is a stillness like no other, a quiet so deep it feels endless. You follow a path through the woods, though it is faint, half hidden beneath the snowfall. Step carries you forward, deeper into silence. The forest surrounds you, a cathedral of trees, ancient and patient. The stars above sparkle, brighter now, as though closer than before. They seem to lean down toward you, shimmering, timeless, watching over the frozen earth. You find another clearing. The snow here is untouched, a smooth white canvas glowing in the moonlight. You step into the center, and for a moment you stop. You breathe, you simply stand and listen. The silence here is vast, so vast that it feels alive. Your breath becomes the only sound, a soft rhythm, steady and soothing. Inhale, pause, exhale, pause. The rhythm echoes, blending with the night, until even your breathing feels like part of the forest itself. You lower yourself into the snow, but it does not feel cold. In your vision, it feels soft, supportive, like the embrace of a feathered bed. You lie back, staring up at the stars, endless and infinite above. The sky stretches forever. The stars shimmer, and you feel small, but safe, held in something greater than yourself. Time passes strangely here. Seconds stretch like minutes, minutes like hours, but it does not matter. The clearing holds you in its stillness, and you rest. Eventually, the image begins to fade. The stars blur, the snow dissolves, the clearing disappears, and you are carried back gently into the hut. The warmth returns instantly, wrapping you, reminding you that you never left. The bed is beneath you. The blankets are heavy. The embers glow faintly. Your body feels even heavier now. Arms slack, legs soft, chest rising and falling in endless rhythm. You are no longer holding yourself at all. You are completely, fully held. The hut breathes around you. The wood creaks faintly. The thatch shifts. The fire sighs. Each sound is tiny, soft part of the lullaby, and you drift. Your mind softens further. Images pass like shadows across water, snow, fire, forest, stars, and then they vanish. No thoughts linger. No sounds linger. No time lingers. You are floating, weightless though heavy. timeless though present. The embers dim slowly, but still they glow. Their light is faint, but it is enough. You do not need more. And as you gaze at them, your own thoughts glow faintly, then fade, glow faintly, then fade, until even the act of watching is gone. Safe, warm, calm, the words echo faintly, like whispers, but even they are slipping away. You surrender to the hush, to the quiet, to the endless winter night. Sleep rises around you, thick as snow, soft as wool, gentle as silence, and you let it carry you. Your body has vanished into stillness. Your breath is slow. Your mind has drifted far. The night holds you timeless, patient, infinite, and you sink deeper, deeper, deeper into dreams. The storm outside has settled into the gentlest of snowfalls. Each flake drifts lazily downward, taking its time, as if the world is slowed into a dream. Rooftops glisten under the moon, fences blur beneath white, and the frozen fields stretch far and endless. Inside the hut, your fire has dwindled, but its warmth lingers. Embers glow like hidden jewels, pulsing faintly, offering comfort through their steady presence. Their rhythm is slow, hypnotic, inviting you to let go of the last pieces of wakefulness. Your bed cradles you in perfect stillness. The straw beneath molds to your body, while the blankets press softly over you, grounding you, holding you. You feel as though you are no longer separate from them. You are part of the hut itself, part of the warmth, part of the silence. Breathe in, pause, breathe out. Each cycle is slower than the one before, deeper than the one before, calmer than the one before. Your thoughts have grown faint, like fading echoes. They drift briefly into your mind, only to dissolve almost instantly, leaving behind stillness. You no longer chase them. You no longer need them. Your imagination carries you outward once again. You step into the forest in vision, cloaked in heavy wool, boots pressing softly into snow. The night is vast here, but it welcomes you. Tall trees rise in solemn silence, their branches sagging with frost. The moonlight filters through them in pale silver shafts, scattering across the frozen ground. You walk without hurry. Each step is soft, almost soundless, as though you are part of the forest rather than moving through it. After a while, you hear the faint trickle of water. A small stream flows between the trees, not frozen entirely, but moving sluggishly beneath a layer of thin ice. You kneel by it, cupping your hand near the surface. The air is crisp, your breath misting, but the sound of the stream soothes you. It is the voice of life continuing, even in the coldest of winters. You linger there, watching the stream, letting its rhythm calm you further. The water flows, steady and patient. Just as your breath flows, steady and patient, you realize that survival itself is not a battle. It is simply alignment, with rhythm, with patience, with trust. You rise again and follow the stream, though the direction does not matter. Every step, every breath, every moment feels the same, slow, unhurried, dreamlike. Eventually, the stream fades from your vision, dissolving like mist. The forest grows dim, the moonlight softens, and you are carried gently back to the hut. Once more, you feel the weight of the blankets. Once more, you hear the faint sigh of the fire. Once more, you are home. Your body's even heavier now. Arms limp, legs slack, chest moving almost imperceptibly. You are so still that even the faintest shift feels far away. Your mind, too, is nearly gone to sleep. Images blur, colors swirl, thoughts fade. You are not thinking anymore. You are drifting. The hut is quiet, but its quiet is alive. The wood creaks faintly under the cold. The thatch shifts softly, the embers breathe. Each sound is tiny, tender, part of the night's song. You float within it, safe, warm, calm. These words echo gently, but even they are less needed now. The truth of them is already around you, inside you, holding you. Sleep rises thicker, heavier, softer. It gathers like clouds. It presses like blankets. It hums like silence. You surrender. Your body vanishes. Your breath slows. Your mind dissolves. The night carries you. The winter holds you. And dreams rise like distant stars, waiting. The storm is long past. The moon has risen higher, and the world lies hushed beneath a thick white quilt. Silence reigns, but it is not empty. It is soft, protective, filled with the weight of peace. Your hut feels like a cocoon. The walls shield you. The roof embraces you. The blankets anchor you. Each detail is perfectly aligned to carry you into sleep. The embers glow faintly still, but they no longer need to be bright. Their quiet pulse is enough, a reminder that warmth exists even when hidden, that light exists even when small. You let your eyes close in your mind, as though even in imagination you are drifting into a deeper level of rest. Breathe in through your nose, slow, patient, calm. Breathe out through your mouth, softer, slower, emptier. Each cycle carries you closer to the edge, where waking falls away. In your dream vision, you rise again and step outside the hut. The air is crisp, but it does not bite. The snow is deep, but it does not hinder. The forest greets you with silence, yet it does not feel lonely. You begin to walk, though you do not know where you are going. Your boots sink gently into the snow, leaving impressions that the moonlight outlines in silver. Behind you, your trail stretches far, but ahead of you, everything feels open and infinite. As you walk, the trees seem taller, darker, yet kinder. Their branches bend slightly as though bowing. The air smells faintly of pine, of wood, of frost. Then in the clearing ahead, you see a faint glow. It flickers like candlelight, soft and golden, a contrast to the silver moon. You move toward it without hurry, drawn by curiosity and comfort. In the center of the clearing, there is a small fire, and around it, empty wooden stools. Though no one sits upon them, they feel as though they have been waiting. You approach, lowering yourself onto one of the stools, and the fire warms you instantly. Its crackle is gentle, its glow rich and golden. You stare into the flames, mesmerized by their movement, the way they dance endlessly yet calmly. And as you stare, you feel the same movement within yourself. Your breath rises, your breath falls. Your thoughts flicker, your thoughts fade. Your awareness burns softly, steadily, without effort. After a long while, the fire begins to dim. The glow shrinks, the flicker slows, until it is no more than embers again. You stand, calm, without sadness, knowing the fire is not gone. It simply rests, just as you will. You turn away from the clearing and begin the walk back, though the path has changed. Now it is lined with lanterns, small and dim, each one lighting the way gently. One after another, they lead you home, until the hut appears once more, familiar and warm. Inside, the fire has faded further, but the blankets await you. You slip beneath them, the straw bed sighing beneath your weight, the hut holding you close once more. Your body is heavier now than before, sinking deep into the bed. Your breathing is slower now than before, stretching out like the silence of the forest. Thoughts no longer come. Even images barely form. Only stillness remains. Safe, warm, calm. Your lids are heavy. Your muscles are slack. Your mind is dissolving into quiet. The winter night gathers you, shields you, and lulls you into the softest of dreams. And here in this ancient place, this middle-aged hut beneath the snowy woods, you rest. The snow continues to fall. The world continues to turn, but you sleep. And that sleep is deep, peaceful, and endless. The hut breathes around you, wooden beams creaking faintly as the frost outside tightens, as though the house itself shifts deeper into its own rest. The thatched roof sighs under the weight of snow, but it is strong and secure, holding everything safe within. The air inside is cool, but not harsh. Your breath rises in the faintest mist, blending into the dim light. Your skin adjusts, your body adapts, your mind grows softer. Beneath your blankets, you are cocooned. Every fold wraps closer. Every layer presses comfort into your chest, into your arms, into your legs. Even the straw beneath you feels alive, warm in its own way, as though the earth itself lends you support. You close your eyes in the story, and even deeper in imagination, and find yourself stepping once again into a dream within the dream. Outside the hut, the snow stretches unbroken. Not a single track, not a single disturbance. It is pure, untouched, glistening in the moonlight. The world feels reborn in white silence. You take a step forward, but your body is weightless. You no longer leave tracks. You are drifting, floating just above the snow, as though sleep itself has carried you into a softer plane. You drift among the trees, weaving slowly between their trunks. Their bark is dark, their branches heavy with ice, but none of them intimidate you. They stand tall and ancient, guardians of the night, whispering softly to one another in voices you can almost but not quite understand. You continue drifting until you reach a frozen lake. The surface glitters with frost, catching the light of the moon like a mirror of stars. You hover above it, gazing down at your reflection. But the reflection is not the you of now, it is a younger you. Perhaps even a child, wrapped in furs too big, cheeks flushed with the cold, eyes wide with wonder. The child looks back at you, unafraid. They smile softly, a smile that speaks of innocence, of trust, of timelessness. And then, without words, the reflection dissolves into ripples, though the lake is frozen still. The image fades, leaving only the glimmering silver surface. You drift further across the lake until you reach the far shore. Here, a cabin sits alone, smaller than your hut, older, simpler. Smoke curls faintly from its chimney, and a dim lantern glows in its tiny window. You approach the door. It creaks as you push it open, but inside you find only emptiness. One chair, one table, one bed, all waiting, all silent. You sit upon the chair. The wood groans softly, but it holds you. And in that stillness, you realize the cabin is not empty, it is you. It is the part of your mind that holds memories, the part that holds patience, the part that waits quietly for rest. You close your eyes, even here inside the dream within the dream. And when you open them, you are back in your own hut, beneath your own blankets, in your own straw bed. The journey felt endless, but now it feels as though it happened in an instant, like a sigh. You are heavier than before. Your breathing is slower than before. Your mind is quieter than before. Sleep presses on you from every side, wrapping, holding, guiding. You surrender further. Your fingers twitch faintly, and then are still. Your eyelids flutter faintly, and then rest. Your chest rises faintly, and then sinks deeper into calm rhythm. The embers glow faintly still, but they are dim, near ash. Soon, even they will be gone. Yet their memory will linger. Their warmth will remain in your dreams long after your waking mind has dissolved. You hear faint wind outside, brushing snow against the hut walls. The sound is distant, soft, like whispers far away. It does not disturb, it soothes. Your body, mind, and breath align with that whisper, becoming as soft, as slow, as gentle. Sleep is now inevitable. It falls over you like another blanket. It covers your chest, your shoulders, your arms. It covers your legs, your feet, your hands. It covers your eyes, your thoughts, your dreams. And you let it, for in this night, in this winter, in this story, you are safe. You are home. The hut holds its quiet shape, a cradle of wood and straw in the middle of the snowy world. The air is colder now, the fire reduced to the faintest glow, but your body no longer needs much warmth. You have created your own cocoon, layers of blankets and rest that shield you from the night. Your breath is slower than the flicker of the embers, and with each exhale, you feel yourself sinking deeper, almost merging with the bed beneath you. Imagine, if you will, that time has loosened its grip. The hours no longer matter. Outside, the moon drifts slowly across the sky, but inside your hut, there is only stillness. Your mind, curious yet calm, begins to wander. You step once again into the dreamscape, where the world around you feels both ancient and timeless. In this vision, you walk through the snowy forest. Though your steps make no sound, your body feels light, as though the snow carries you. The trees are tall, their branches arching overhead like the ceiling of a great cathedral, heavy with frost and silence. A faint sound reaches you, distant but sweet. It is the chime of bells, gentle and rhythmic, carried on the wind. You follow it, your path winding between frozen trunks and mounds of snow. Eventually, you emerge into a wide clearing. At its center stands a small stone chapel, humble and old, half buried in snow. Its steeple rises into the night, and the bells above continue their slow, hypnotic ringing. You approach the door, pushing it open with ease. Inside, the chapel glows faintly with candlelight. The air is warmer, though the source of heat is unseen. Rows of wooden benches line the room, empty but inviting. The stone walls hum with silence, and the air smells faintly of wax and pine. You sit, letting the bench cradle you. Your body feels heavy, grounded, as if the very stones of the chapel support you. The bells continue, steady and calming. Each tone vibrates through your chest, slower than your heartbeat, deeper than your thoughts. Hush. They are not calling you to action. They are calling you to stillness. You close your eyes. The candlelight flickers behind your lids, golden and soft. The bells fade, but not entirely. They blend into your breath, into the rhythm of your lungs, into the slowing tide of your thoughts. After what feels like both moments and hours, you rise again in the vision and leave the chapel. Outside, the snow falls in larger flakes now, heavier but soft. They land on your shoulders, on your hair, on your cheeks, but they are gentle, melting as they touch. You walk back toward your hut, though the path seems different than before. Time folds, space bends, and yet you find your way. Your hut greets you like an old friend. Step inside, close the door, and return once again to the bed that waits. The blankets feel warmer than before. Straw feels softer than before. Your body feels heavier than before. You sigh, and that sigh carries away the last remnants of tension. Your arms fall into stillness. Your legs rest in perfect calm. Your breath moves slow, then slower, then slowest. Thoughts dissolve into fragments. Fragments dissolve into mist. Mist dissolves into nothing. Outside, the snow falls endlessly. Inside, your sleep deepens endlessly. The night holds you. The hut shelters you. Your dreams carry you. And in that stillness, in that silence, in that warmth, you are safe. You drift, without effort, into deeper layers of sleep. The bells are gone. The forest is gone. The hut itself blurs. All that remains is rest, and that rest is yours. The night has grown older, though you no longer measure its hours. Outside, the moon has shifted across the snowy sky, but you have been floating in timeless quiet. The hut is nearly silent. The fire has faded to ash, and only faint wisps of warmth remain. Yet somehow, it is enough. The wood walls shield you, the roof embraces you, and the stillness itself has become its own kind of comfort. Your body feels heavy, so heavy now yet that heaviness is soothing. Every joint, every muscle, every limb is sinking deeper, held by the blankets, supported by the straw bed. You breathe slowly, as though even air has thickened into something calmer. Each inhale is deep but quiet. Each exhale is long, like the whisper of wind across the snow. In your vision, You rise once more. You step through the door of the hut and into a different kind of night. This time, the snow has ceased. The world lies frozen and still, a painting of silence. Above, the stars spread vast and brilliant, scattered across the sky like shards of ice. The air is sharp, but it does not sting you. Instead, it feels alive, electric, filled with mystery. You begin walking again, though now your steps feel more like glides, smooth and effortless. The snow beneath you does not crunch it, simply gives way, soft and yielding. You follow the starlight, and after some time you find yourself standing at the edge of a wide plain. The horizon is endless, stretching beneath the frozen heavens. And at the center of the plain, a single tree stands tall. Its branches are bare, its bark dark. But the tree glows faintly from within, as though a light rests deep inside its trunk. You move closer. The glow intensifies, not blinding, but soft, pulsing like a heartbeat. When you reach the base of the tree, you place your hand upon its bark. It is warm, and in that warmth you feel a story, a memory of countless winters, of countless nights. The tree has stood for ages, through storms and silence, and it has endured. Its endurance speaks to you not in words, but in presence. It tells you that survival is not about strength or struggle. It is about patience, stillness, and trust. You close your eyes, leaning against the trunk. Its warmth seeps into you, deeper and deeper, until you feel as though you too are part of the tree, part of the earth, part of the timeless night. When you open your eyes, the vision shifts. The plain fades, the tree dissolves, and you are back in your hut once more. The blankets hold you, the straw supports you, the silence surrounds you. And now you are heavier than ever. Your body is almost immovable, as though it has become part of the bed itself. Your breath is slower, so slow, stretching longer than before. Your chest rises, pauses, sinks, pauses. Thoughts no longer rise. Even dreams wait patiently at the edge of your mind. You are on the border now, the border between waking and sleep. Outside, the stars gleam above a frozen world. Inside, your body has already become part of the dream. You are safe. You are calm. You are drifting. Sleep covers you fully, like snow across the land. Deep, endless, quiet, and you surrender to it. The storm is gone, the stars are steady, and your hut sits quietly, holding you in its wooden arms. The air is cool, almost cold, but you are untouched by it. The blankets hold you too well. The bed accepts you too completely. Every part of your body is heavy. Fingers slack. Arms surrendered. Legs melted. Breath drawn into the slow rhythm of dreams. Yet your mind still drifts, half waking, half dreaming, curious and gentle. You imagine again stepping outside. Time the snow reflects the starlight so brightly it almost glows, as though the world is made of silver. The sky arches overhead, vast and endless, filled with constellations that shimmer like jewels. You begin walking, though your body feels more like floating. Every movement is effortless, weightless, silent. As you move across the snow, you notice a faint trail of light ahead. It curves and bends, weaving through the forest like a ribbon. You follow it, trusting it to guide you. After a long, unmeasured while, the trail leads to a hill. At its top, a stone circle stands, ancient, weathered, but strong. The stones rise tall, their surfaces carved by time and frost. In the center of the circle, a faint fire burns, though no wood feeds it. Its flames are pale blue, steady and calm, not fierce. You step closer and lower yourself beside it. The flames warm you, not in body but in spirit, as though they touch something deeper. The stones around you hum faintly. They do not speak in words, but in presence. They hold memories of countless winters, of travelers before you, who sought warmth and silence in the night. You sit with them, listening, not needing to understand. Their stillness is enough. Their endurance is enough. After some time, the fire dims, the hum fades, and the vision dissolves again. You find yourself once more inside your hut. It's the familiar creak of wood, the soft sigh of straw, the faint, lingering warmth of ash. Your body sinks further into the bed, heavier than stone, softer than snow. Your breath is so slow now. Your chest rises gently, falls gently. You are almost unaware of it, because it happens without thought, without effort. Thoughts themselves are almost gone. They drift by faintly, like shadows of clouds across frozen fields. They mean nothing. They do not linger. You are nearly asleep, though not fully. You hover at the edge, balanced between the last flicker of wakefulness and the first wave of dreams. Outside, the stars shine. Inside, silence reigns. Within you, peace has settled, safe, warm, calm. You are ready now to fall. And so you do. Like snow falling onto snow, silently, softly, endlessly. The hut has become more than shelter. It is a living cradle. The beams hum faintly in the cold. The straw whispers beneath your weight. The roof shields you from falling snow. Everything around you works together, keeping you safe, keeping you still. Sink deeper into the blankets. The warmth has grown softer, less physical, more like a memory that surrounds you. It is not heat that holds you. No, it is calm. Your breathing is so slow. Each inhale is shallow, each exhale long, like the sound of wind crossing empty plains. In your vision, you rise again, carried effortlessly out into the snow. The world is hushed, glowing faintly beneath a pale moon. You drift across the land, the snow no longer resisting you, the cold no longer touching you. Before long, you arrive at a frozen river. Its surface glitters, a silver ribbon stretching into the distance. Though it is frozen solid, you hear faint water moving deep below, reminding you that even in stillness, life flows on. You step onto the ice. It holds you. Not a crack, not a sound. Only silence, only silver. As you walk, the stars above seem to bend closer, as though they too wish to follow. Their light reflects on the frozen surface, creating an illusion of walking among the heavens. Time folds. Space softens. You walk endlessly, yet with no effort, until you reach the opposite bank. Here a lantern hangs from a crooked wooden post. Its flame flickers gently golden and small. You lift it, and instantly a path glows ahead. The lantern guides you through the trees, casting long shadows, illuminating snow-laden branches. The forest feels alive, but not threatening, watchful, protective, old. Eventually, you reach a cabin, smaller than your hut, worn by years, yet standing strong. You place the lantern by its door and step inside. Within, the space is bare. A single chair, a single blanket, single candle. You sit, and though the chair is hard, your body is soft. Though the candle is dim, the room is bright enough. Though the space is empty, you feel no loneliness. You realize that this cabin is not meant for living. It is meant for resting. Not forever, just for now. You close your eyes, and even within the dream, you drift further. When you open them again, you are back in your own hut, in your own bed, with your own blankets. The vision has faded, but its calm lingers. Your body is so heavy now, unmoving, unneeded. Your breath is so slow now, quieter than silence. Your mind is so soft now, thoughts dissolving into haze. Sleep covers you like snow covers the world fully, gently, without end. And you let it. Safe, warm, calm. The hut is utterly quiet. Even the faintest embers have gone to ash. The only warmth that remains is what lingers in your blankets, what glows faintly inside your chest. But it is enough. Your body lies still, resting in perfect surrender. Your muscles have long released their tension. Your joints have loosened. and your skin has accepted the embrace of night. Your breath is soft now, like the hush of snowflakes drifting down. Each cycle brings you closer to the center of calm. Once more, you imagine yourself stepping outside. The night is vast, the sky endless. But now, instead of walking, you find yourself already at the heart of a wide meadow. Snow covers it in smooth waves, unbroken, untouched. Above, the moon glows low and golden, casting the field in gentle light. In the middle of the meadow stands a single stone well. Its rim is worn, its surface dusted with frost, but it feels welcoming, as though it has waited for you. You approach and peer inside. Instead of darkness, you see water deep below, shimmering faintly. Somehow, it is not frozen. It flows silently, endlessly. You lower your hands, and though you cannot reach the water, you feel its coolness rising, a calm presence brushing against your palms. You realize then that this well is not meant to give you water. It is meant to remind you of depth, that even when the surface is frozen, stillness hides rivers beneath. You rest your hand on the rim, close your eyes, and breathe with the rhythm of that hidden flow. Slow, patient, eternal. When you open your eyes again, the meadow has faded, the well is gone, the moon has disappeared, you are back in your hut. The blankets surround you, the straw holds you, the silence deepens. Your body is heavier still, your breath is slower still. Your mind is quieter still. You are now beyond thought, beyond time. The world outside continues. No falls. Stars turn, winds shift, but none of it touches you. You are safe within your cocoon of warmth. You are calm within your cradle of silence. You are drifting within your river of dreams. Sleep is here now, fully, wholly, endlessly. You surrender without resistance. You fall like snow to earth. You rest like embers to ash. You dream like stars to sky. Your body lies in perfect stillness. Your mind drifts further away into softer realms. Yet even in this deep calm, the story continues to hold you, gently guiding, like a hand resting lightly on your shoulder. Our tale tonight sets sail once more in the quiet of the Middle Ages, where the night was vast and the cold was unyielding. And the soul had to find warmth not only in fire, but in hope. Imagine yourself awakening again in that hut of straw, though not fully, not sharply only, as though in a dream. The walls glow faintly, touched by a silver light leaking through the gaps in the wood. Outside, the snow is falling in hushed silence, covering every track, every sound, every restless echo of the world. You pull the wool blanket closer, and in that half-dreaming state, you imagine a sound of voice, low and melodic, carried by the wind. It is not a human voice, and yet it feels like one. It tells you that the night is not empty. It tells you that the cold is not cruel. It tells you that even in stillness, there is life waiting to unfold. You let the voice settle into your heart, soothing like a lullaby, its rhythm matching your breath. Inhale, and you feel the night expand around you. Exhale, and you feel the night draw closer, embracing you. In this dreamlike vision, you rise again and step outside the hut. The snow reaches your boots, soft and light like powdered sugar. The air is sharp, but not biting. It is simply awake. You walk toward the trees at the edge of the clearing. Their branches bow under the weight of white, their shapes forming arches, doorways into mystery. Now, and as you step beneath them, you find yourself on a path lined with glowing frost. The path leads deeper into the forest, and as you follow, the hush of the world grows deeper still. No animal stirs, no bird calls, no branch cracks. Only your breath and the faint crunch of your steps keep you company. Yet it feels peaceful, not lonely. It feels as though the forest is holding its breath for you, pausing, waiting, allowing you to pass. Soon, you come upon a clearing. In its center stands an oak tree, so ancient that its trunk seems made of stone. its branches stretching wide like arms across the night sky. Beneath the tree's roots a hollow glows faintly, as though embers sleep there. You kneel, curious, and peer inside. Within, you see small sparks of light drifting slowly upward, like fireflies trapped in amber. They pulse, warm and alive, though no fire burns. You extend your hand toward them, and though you cannot touch, the warmth reaches you. It seeps into your skin, flows through your veins, and settles in your chest, where it spreads like the soft bloom of dawn. You realize then that the tree is alive not only with sap but with memory. It has stood through countless winters, survived storms, seen endless nights, and still within its roots, warmth endures. You close your eyes and lean against its trunk, and as you do, the warmth grows stronger. It is not heat that burns, but heat that comforts, that wraps itself around you like a cloak. Your shoulders loosen, your heart steadies, your breath deepens. You rest there, listening to the faint pulse of the tree, till the forest itself begins to fade, until the oak dissolves into shadows, until you are once again inside your hut, wrapped in your blanket. But something has changed inside you now. There is a core of warmth, steady and unwavering like a hidden ember. Carry it with you into the silence of the hut, into the weight of your straw bed, into the dark that presses close. And because of it, you are unafraid. The cold is only the air, the night is only the sky. But within you, a fire glows endlessly, keeping you safe, keeping you calm. Your body sinks deeper into the straw. Your breath falls into rhythm. Your eyes drift slowly closed. The voice from earlier whispers once more, softer now, like a fading echo. You are safe. You are warm. You are home. And with those words, you surrender further still, drifting downward. Carried by the slow river of sleep, floating gently, endlessly, into dreams, the hut has vanished. The forest has vanished. The world itself feels like it has melted into softness. All that remains is the quiet rhythm of your breath, steady as a tide, gentle as snowfall. Your body lies at perfect ease, each limb heavy, yet light, each thought fading, yet kind. You notice now that your breath carries an image with it. Each inhale feels like a lantern glowing faintly brighter. Each exhale feels like the lantern dimming, soft and tender. With every cycle, dozens of lanterns flicker in your mind, like lights across a medieval village at night. You imagine the villagers safe inside their cottages, fires burning low, families huddled under blankets, night cradling them, no danger, no unrest, only peace. You walk through the cobblestone lanes of this dream village. The air is crisp, but not cold. The rooftops shimmer with snow. Candles glow in the windows. And though you walk alone, you feel a gentle connection to every flicker of light, as though the whole village breathes with you. You pass a bakery, its oven long cooled, yet the memory of bread lingers in the air, faint but comforting. You pass a smithy, where the forge sleeps, but the tools hang ready, resting like tired guardians. You pass a chapel, its bell tower rising dark against the stars, silent yet eternal. The village is not awake, and yet it is alive. Everything rests, everything restores, everything waits. You find yourself drawn toward the edge of the village, where a low wooden bridge crosses a frozen stream. You pause, resting your hands on its rail. The wood is frosted but smooth, as though countless hands have touched it before. Beneath, the ice is solid, yet clear enough to glimpse the current frozen mid-motion. Even in stillness, the river is beautiful. You stand there, leaning lightly, feeling no weight on your body, no strain in your muscles. Only the quiet assurance that everything, even frozen rivers, eventually flows again. A soft breeze stirs. It carries the faintest sound, the rustle of cloth, the whisper of prayer. You turn and see a cloaked figure crossing the bridge toward you. There is no fear, only calm. The figure's steps are slow, deliberate, yet silent. When it reaches you, it lowers its hood. The face beneath is neither old nor young, neither man nor woman, neither stranger nor friend. It is simply familiar, as though you have always known it. The figure smiles, and in a voice like embers, it says, "You have walked far tonight. You have carried the cold and the silence with strength. Now it is time to rest fully. The night will guard you, the stars will keep you, and warmth will return with the dawn." You close your eyes at these words, and when you open them, the figure is gone. The bridge is gone. The village is gone. You are lying once more in your hut, in your bed of straw, wrapped in your wool blanket. The fire is ash. The night is deep. But within you glows a flame brighter than before. Your breath is steady. Your body is still. Your thoughts are gone, drifting into distance. The story itself has done its work. It has carried you across forests and fields, across meadows and rivers, through the cold and into warmth. It has placed you gently at the edge of dreams. Now, there is nothing more to follow, nothing more to imagine, nothing more to hold. Only this: the quiet of your breath, the heaviness of your body, the soft pull of sleep, drawing you inward, downward, endlessly. You let go, completely. You let the night hold you. You let your body dissolve into silence. You let your mind surrender to the ocean of dreams. And as you drift into sleep, the final whisper reaches you, softer than snow, lighter than wind. You are safe. You are warm. You are home. Your eyes are closed. The weight of the night rests softly over your body, and the story carries you deeper. Our story today continues in that same frozen medieval night. Your silence is thick like a blanket, and the world outside is wrapped in stillness. Within the small hut, you are safe, cradled by warmth. The crackle of the dying fire has softened into a whisper, like a voice too tired to speak. It murmurs, it sighs, it glows, and you are wrapped in its rhythm. Each flicker feels like a heartbeat in the dark, reminding you that life continues quietly, gently, even in the deepest winter. Outside, snow continues to fall. Flake by flake, each one unique, each one drifting lazily toward the earth, as though the heavens are pouring down soft fragments of dreams. You imagine the rooftops collecting layer upon layer of whites, the streets muffled, the fields stretched endless beneath a shroud of frost. Even the river beyond the woods has slowed, moving sluggishly under a skin of ice, whispering faintly like a secret only the night can hear. You can almost hear the hush of the flakes as they land, a sound so soft it is more a feeling than a noise. And this hush seeps inward, filling your chest, filling your mind, calming everything it touches. Within the village, candles burn faintly behind shutters, some flickering, some already snuffed out. Each household rests, each family curled together in the embrace of blankets. You imagine the faint creak of a bed, the sigh of a sleeper, the shuffle of a child pulling a quilt closer. And all these sounds, though distant, join into the same lullaby of the night, soothing, unbroken. You are part of this hush. You are within it, not separate from it. The cold outside does not threaten you, it is merely a backdrop, a vast, quiet stage upon which your rest unfolds. The blankets around you grow heavier in your awareness, not in weight, but in warmth. They mold to the shape of your body, cocooning you in softness. Beneath them, your body has grown so heavy, so loose, that it feels as if it is sinking gently downward, as though the bed itself is drawing you into the earth. But there is no fear in this disintonely safety, only calm, only peace. Your breath continues its steady rhythm. Inhale, cool and soft. Exhale, warm and slow. With each cycle, you are carried further, deeper, toward the quiet river of sleep. The fire sighs again, one ember glowing bright, then fading, then glowing once more. You imagine that ember not only as flame, but as a light within yourself, It pulses with calm, with reassurance, with life. And you let your own rhythm align with it. Thump, glow, thump, glow. Until even your heart feels synchronized with the hush of the room. Time becomes strange. You cannot tell if minutes have passed or hours. The night feels endless, but not heavy. It feels like a wide, gentle sea. Carrying you softly on its current, you float upon it, without effort, without thought, without resistance. Images drift across your mind. You see the outline of the snowy woods again. Tall pines stand like sentinels, their boughs bending under the silver glow of frost. The forest is vast, endless, yet it does not intimidate. Instead, it welcomes you with its silence, its patience, its stillness. You step into that vision again, boots crunching faintly on snow. But the sound is so quiet, so soothing, that it blends with the night instead of disturbing it. The moon glows overhead, spilling light like silk upon the forest floor. You wander, but you do not hurry. There is no need for haste, no destination waiting. Each step is simply a breath, each moment simply a pause. Eventually, you find a clearing, round and wide, the snow here untouched, flawless, shimmering with moonlight. It sparkles like stars scattered across the ground. You stand in the center, breathing in, breathing out, letting the silence sink deeper into your being. Above, the sky is vast, sprinkled with countless stars. They glow softly, patiently, as though they have watched over this village, this forest, this world for 1,000 winters. And in their glow, you feel protected, small but safe, like a child held in the arms of something greater. Then, slowly, the image fades. The clearing dissolves, the stars blur, and you return gently to the hut, to your bed, to your blankets, to the hush of the fire. The transition is seamless, so soft you hardly notice it. Yet, you are deeper now, much deeper. Your body is motionless, your breath slow, your mind quiet. You whisper once more to yourself, barely audible, even in thoughts. Form, calm. The words linger in the air, then dissolve, becoming part of the silence. And now you no longer even need the words. The truth of them is already woven into your rest. Feel yourself drifting. Your awareness softens. Your thoughts blur. Images appear faintly, then slip away. Sound fades, leaving only a hum. Time dissolves, leaving only stillness. And beneath it all, sleep rises. Gentle, patient, inevitable. You surrender, letting it carry you. The night stretches on, deep and timeless, carrying you further into calm. Our story tonight continues inside that small medieval hut, the one where the fire has nearly gone to embers, where snow gathers thick upon the roof, and where you rest, wrapped in warmth. Listen to the quiet. The fire makes only the faintest sighs now, gentle and rare. Outside, the storm has softened into a steady fall, each flake drifting down with unhurried grace. There is no rush. The world has slowed, and you have slowed with it. Your blankets rest heavy across your body, cocooning you, anchoring you. Every breath deepens that weight, not as a burden, but as security. You are being held safe and still, like a precious stone cushioned deep within the earth. Your body feels warm against the coolness of the night. Your mind drifts lightly, unbound by thought, floating like a feather on the wind. You are halfway between waking and dreaming, a place where time and space lose their sharp edges. In this half-dream, the hut expands in your imagination. The wooden beams above you glow faintly with firelight. The thatch roof sighs softly under the burden of snow. The walls stand firm, old but steady, keeping the storm at bay. This is not just a shelter, it is a sanctuary. You picture villagers long ago resting in the same way, wrapped in blankets, lying upon straw beds, listening to the same crackling fires. You feel connected to them through the ages, as though your rest is part of a lineage, a quiet chain unbroken across time. They too survived freezing nights. They too trusted the hush of darkness to carry them into dawn. Your mind drifts back to the forest again. You see it through the window of imagination, dark but glowing with snow. Tall trees bow gently under frost, their branches lined with silver. In the distance, the moonlight filters through, scattering shards of light across the ground. It is beautiful, this wilderness, untouched, unhurried. You step there again in thought. Snow crunches faintly under your boots, though the sound is soft enough to melt into silence. The night air brushes cool against your skin, yet it refreshes more than it chills. Your cloak is heavy, keeping you safe. Each step takes you deeper, but there is no destination. The forest itself is your destination, its stillness, your companion. You wander until you reach another clearing, wide and open. Here the snow glimmers like a sea of stars. You tilt your head upward and see the sky stretching vast above you. Countless stars spread across it like spilled grain. They shimmer with quiet patience, their light soft and eternal. You breathe in long and slow, as though inhaling that starlight. You breathe out, steady and calm, as though releasing every weight. The night accepts this rhythm, blending your breath into its own endless hush. A gentle wind stirs, weaving through the branches. It carries with it a whisper, not words, but a sound that feels like comfort. It brushes against your face, against your cloak, against the snow at your feet. It does not chill, it soothes, it carries. You close your eyes within the dream, and the wind becomes a lullaby. In this vision, time does not pass as it normally does. The clearing stretches out like a single moment made infinite. The stars remain, the snow glows, the wind sighs. Nothing changes, yet everything feels alive. Eventually your mind drifts you gently back. The clearing fades, the stars dissolve, the snow melts into darkness. You return once more to the hut, to the warmth of your blankets, to the soft glow of the fire. Your bed feels even more welcoming now. Straw shifts subtly beneath you, holding you in a natural cradle. The woolen blankets mold perfectly to your shape. Your body has grown so heavy, so loose, so soft, that it seems to sink deeper into the bed, as though merging with it. Your breath continues, steady and quiet. Inhale, pause, exhale, pause. This rhythm is endless, effortless. Your thoughts have grown faint. They appear like faint ripples across a still pond, then vanish before they can form fully. You no longer chase them. You let them come, you let them go. And in their absence, peace expands. The embers in the hearth glow dim but steady. They are like the heart of the hut, the silent pulse that keeps life warm through the night. You imagine each ember as a fragment of a star, glowing faintly, reminding you that even in darkness light endures. The night outside grows deeper, thicker. The snow continues its steady fall, but the sound is hushed, absorbed by the vast silence. The village remains still, each home like yours, holding sleepers within its walls. There is nothing left for you to do, nothing left to think, nothing left to hold. You surrender to the night, to the hush, to the softness. Your mind drifts lower, your body sinks further, your breath slows. In this state, you are beyond time, beyond cold, beyond thought. You are simply resting, floating, held, safe, warm, calm. And sleep takes you soft as snow, deep as winter, timeless as the stars.